Buongiorno, everyone. Welcome to the instant reaction to a win. A win, mate. I cannot believe it. I genuinely forgot what this winning feels like. It's going to be so nice to keep my heart rate low throughout the next hour of these videos, the reactions and the ratings, not have to rant and then just enjoy my weekend. Like, this is going to be so nice, man. I forgot what a winning feeling is, and I'm sure Callum Wilson's forgot what that winning smile looks like. Beautiful stuff. Wonderful performance. A deserved win over Everton, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Like, that's the best. Is that the best we've played all season? Like from start to finish? Like in some games we've won this season, or the ones that we've drew, we've only really been good in spells. Like the Crystal Palace win, for example. We won 2-0 that game, but we were shit throughout. Like we were only good for the space of 90 seconds where we scored the 2 goals. But
I think this season the only good performances we've had have been like Everton at home was okay, but like West Ham opening day and Burnley at home. But today we played really good football, and it's Graham in, Bruce out. Spot the manager. Who's the manager today? You seen on the sidelines there, Graham Jones barking out orders, instructions to players. Bruce is just standing there. Is he doing his job? Is he? Nice one. That's good. At least someone's doing the bastard job. At least someone's doing
Graham. 10 out of 10. Great.
Big impact from Graham Jones today. You can see it. I put the stuff out on my socials before the game where he was captured, giving instructions to the players during the week in training since he came in the last few days. He's had the tactics sheets. He's been bringing players to his side, asking them what they want, showing them what they want to do, showing them the rules. And look at the difference it's made. This team is a decent team. We said at the start of the season, when it's firing, when you've got Fraser and Wilson up top, when you've got Maximin coming back, you've got Almiron who was brilliant today, Shaw was tremendous, Jamal Lewis probably had the best game for Newcastle, really, really good.
Manquillo was great.
I thought Manquillo, I even thought Jeff Hendrick was really good today. Hayden and the regulars as usual. It was an absolutely belter performance, top class belter performance by Newcastle, and shows what you can do with this group of players and put a bit of work in. And now hopefully there's a bit of momentum because hopefully the win. We say we forgot how it feels like. Imagine what Callum Wilson and the lads are feeling right now. They would have forgot. Well, 12 games without a win. Big win for Newcastle. 9-point gap from the bottom 3 now, although there's teams in and around below to play today later on. Obviously, must be the early kick-off. But it's a huge boost in it. It's a well-needed, much-needed boost. 3 points. Big result. Big day.
Huge. Like, hopefully this is what can kick on. Like, say, like we've created a bit more of a gap now that's been stagnant for almost 2 months now, a month and a half, 2 months. Like, we haven't picked up a single point, barely any goals either. So, like, we were just looking like behind our tails, like the Fulhams, the Brightons, the West Broms. They were starting to pick up some good results, and we were the ones lacking. Our performances were dreadful. Let's say, could barely score a goal. No idea where the next point was going to come from, let alone the next goal. But like against a good team as well, like world-class talent like James Rodriguez, the brilliant players like Calvert-Lewin's. Mate, like I'm so happy that we've done that. We'll try not to mention Pickford too much because, but just saying Pickford punched the ground at the end of a game against Newcastle is just one of the. It's probably a better sight than watching Rafa tuck his glasses into his top pocket, isn't it?
It's one of the sweeter things in life, like Pickford just looking at him, punching the ground in agony. He's done it again. There's a good picture, actually, I need to put it on my socials, of him in tears and he punching the ground and Wilson just reeling away. I was buzzing and out there to get that second goal because it was squeaky McBum time. We're getting towards the end before as well. It'd be typical if we concede, especially when Wilson took it round Pickford and hit the post. Yeah. It was unlucky. Pickford did make a good save first off, managed to get his little dinosaur arms and tip Wilson's header up the bar, but there was no stopping Wilson's header. What a goal!
Brilliant. Yeah, the delivery as well. Shelvey driven cross in. The flick, it was quite far out as well. It was a really hard skill from the angle, from how far out it was to divert it into the far corner, right inside the post, away from the keeper's fingertips. Perfect, absolute perfect header. That's a great ball in from Shelvey. We had moments of the day where we could have done that. Like I will just say, I mentioned it a few times during the watch along. I don't really know what the fuck the formation was. Wilson was playing for the majority on the right hand side. I didn't like it. I did thought he played well. I thought him and Manquillo on the right hand side played really, really well, but it was just frustrating. Like, you're the striker. Why is Miggy down the middle? I didn't like that at all, despite how well we actually did play. But I don't want to see it much more often in the future. I want to see Wilson down the middle. Once he started to play down the middle, like that's where the opportunities came. Like that's what he can do. Like that was the one like beforehand at 0-0 that he put wide. Where Miggy was running down the middle, played it out right to Fraser, into Wilson, and he dragged it wide. That should have been 1-0. That was the main opportunity of the game at that moment. We thought, if that's not going in, we're probably not going to get many of the day. We're not going to get many better opportunities than that anyway. But the first goal, the corner, was such a hard skill. Out of nothing, really, to peel away from his man. Brilliant header. And the last goal, such a counter-attack. So Maximin sprinting at the end, ball cleared from the corner. So Maximin made sure he kept it in. Like, he didn't need to. It was going to be our throw-in. Or was it? It wasn't going to be our throw-in. It was going to be their throw-in. But now, so Maximin, like, driving out there, making sure he kept that in, played it down to Lewis. Lewis determined. Lewis, like I say, Lewis had a really good game today. We've been critical of him and Jeff Hendrick. Both of them today were absolutely outstanding. And the ball into Wilson, just cool finish. As soon as he got that, to be fair, I knew that was going in. I knew that was 2-0. As soon as he took it under his control, I thought it was a bit of a fizz ball in from Lewis. I thought it was going to be harder for him to take it under control than he made it look, but I brought it down. And the finish was great. I'm just so happy that, like I say, it was a 90-minute performance, not just a space of a couple of minutes where we got a couple of fluky goals. We played well from start to finish, and that's what we can do. Like I say, we've got the players there. We've got the personnel when played in the right times. We've only seen about 25 minutes of Maximin, maybe a little bit less of him today. He didn't really get too involved. He had a couple of moments of magic where he did the Maradona turn and that in the build-up to Wilson's second goal. But once he's fit and firing and he can play 90 minutes, same with Fraser. Apart from his delivery today, I thought Fraser was a little bit quiet. But so when they're all fit and they're all firing, this team can be so, so good. And fucking Gateshead Graham, what an impact he's had.
Big impact by Gateshead Graham. Big impact. I mean, look at Callum Wilson has went months now without scoring, and you get 10 goals now in the double figures for the season for Newcastle. Newcastle hadn't won in 10 years at Goodison Park, first win at Everton in just over 10 years now. And the difference that Graham Jones has made is just unbelievable, to be honest. I can't believe it, but it just shows how poor the rest of the coaches are and how shit Bruce is.
Exactly.
The one who came in, the championship has made that much of an impact. And fair play to him, really buzzing for him. And he Gateshead Graham, he's from around here, he loves the tune and all that. So he showed it, though. At least he showed he's got some tactical nous about him that the other Steves clearly haven't. Because he's came in the day and the tempo changed of the game. The pressing changed, the attitude changed. Everything was much, much better. Everything just got turned right up. The volume got cranked right up, and we totally deserved 3 points there. It was a brilliant performance. Everyone, there's players who highlighted there. It was some of the best performances of the season. And then Wilson to be back amongst the goals. A clean sheet, 9 points above the relegation zone as it stands. Happy days. Enjoy a weekend for a change. It's nice.
Early kickoff as well. We haven't had an early kickoff in ages. I thought, like, it was good to get it out the way, but I thought this is just going to fucking ruin my day. Like, all night I'm going to be raging if we lose. Yeah, like the later kickoffs, you can just go to bed. You can just fucking forget about it. But I thought this was going to ruin my day, but quite the opposite. Very happily surprised. We can just go on and enjoy the day now. Loads of games on the day. Quite a few more kickoffs coming up. So yeah, we can just go watch them and relax.
I backed the tune the day. I said at the start of the watch along, I fancy United to win. I've got a nice little double on Newcastle to win, Arsenal Man U draw later. So hopefully I can sit back, watch that, and bring in the 100 quid. But the most important is that Newcastle bring in 3 points back to Newcastle today, give a bit of cushion below it. And like I say, hope everyone else can enjoy the rest of their weekend. And stay tuned. We've got player ratings and fan counts to come. Big thanks to SpiderVPN for sponsoring this video. Subscribe to Magpie Channel TV and enjoy yourself.